Hello, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to today's cooking show here at Moley Robotics, where today we'll be doing an Italian recipe, and it's a sausage and mushroom pasta with tagliatelle. It's a very popular Italian dish, a very rustic recipe, and loved by a lot of people. So today I'm going to show you exactly how the system works in terms of loading the containers, the utensils. As you can see, the pot's already in position, and I'm going to show you how the robotic system will cook this recipe from scratch, and how we load the recipes on. So let's go straight to the interface, because I'm going to explain how our integrated scale system works and how we can select the recipe using the interface. So I'm going to show you on the interface now. So here you see the main page. And on the main page, you will see we have the recipes. Now here we've got a selection of the recipes from around the world. Now with our recipes, we've got about 50 recipes from around the world. We have Chinese, Italian, Spanish, Indian, lots of other cuisines from around the globe. You can also filter your recipe menu using any dietary requirements, for example. So if you've got any dietary requirements, you can filter the menu to those areas, different cuisines from around the world, etc., etc. Also, we've got the ingredients and the recipe now for the sausage and tagliatelle with mushrooms. So here we go. So here's a list of all the ingredients. Let's go down to the actual recipe itself. So here you can see the sausage and mushroom pasta. Now with all our recipes, you've got a very detailed list of all the ingredients, including the weight required for each one. Also, it tells you the equipment required. So in this instance, for this recipe, we've got a medium pot mesh basket and a slotted spatula. And also you have nutritional facts as well. So all our recipes will show you the content of carbohydrate, fat, fiber, protein, sodium, which is your salt level, and that's in all our recipes. You've also got a get ingredients option here as well. So you can actually send yourself a reminder to somebody's phone or to your phone to grab these ingredients fresh from the store, ready to cook this recipe. Also, the second part of the get ingredients is a delivery option, where you can actually select a date and time to have your ingredients delivered to your door. So you can link with one of your preferred delivery companies like Ocado, Deliveroo, Just Eat, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, and so on. And you can actually schedule in a delivery of your ingredients just before you want to cook. So let's go straight into the recipe itself. So we want to do the robotic cook today. Now here you can see a very diagrammatic view of the actual area itself, where the robotic system is placed and where the containers and the utensils go. And at the bottom you've got all the ingredients. So let's start with the ingredients now. We'll load the extra virgin oil. Now that's from a normal oil dispenser, and that we already have positioned on the shelf. And there's an LED light that comes on at the location of where the oil container should be. So the LED light here gives you a guide as to where it should be placed. So that is confirmed in position. The second is the shiitake mushrooms, the dried mushrooms and the crushed black pepper. It's giving me the icon on the bottom shelf. So I've prepped some of these ingredients already just to save a bit of time. But here we've got the mushrooms and the black pepper and the dried mushrooms prepped. The location is already highlighted here with the LED light, and that's in position. I can confirm that that's been done. Second part is the pork sausage. We'll be using pork sausage today for this recipe. It's already been weighed, and that's going to be going location at the top. The LED light is an indicator. I'm going to position that, and that's done. Next is the unsalted butter, the flat leaf parsley, and the garlic. So here we have already contained in the container prepared, and that's at the second position on the top. I can confirm that. I'll come back to the salt because I want to show you how the integrated scale systems work. So we'll come back to the salt shortly. Now the mushroom stock and the Maldon sea salt. Again, the location is on the top shelf. The LED light here indicates that's the position to place, and that's confirmed. And then we've got the tagliatelle, which is the fresh tagliatelle, and that's the bottom location on the shelf here. There we go. Confirm. Now let's just go back to the salt, because we have an integrated scale system. So these are our integrated scales. These are linked to the interface. So you simply put your ingredients on here with the container, and you can see on your interface exactly the quantity required for this particular recipe. So let's turn that on. So Maldon sea salt. It's going to go on the top location, which is good. So my container is ready. So I turn that on, turn the scales on. And you'll notice at the bottom, you've got the measurement indicator there. So it tells me that I need 25 grams. It's already at 0. There we go. So I have some salt here. So now I just simply measure in 25 grams. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly. There we go. So now I've got an exact quantity required for this recipe of my salt, and I confirm that it's on location on the top shelf. And that was it. So that's just my ingredients prep. It only took me a few minutes to prep these ingredients, and it took me just a couple of minutes just to load. So that's all done. Now the actual equipment itself, so it's telling me where to position a medium pot for the main part of the sauce, which is on the left here. And that's already in position, and I confirm the location. Second medium pot will be cooking the actual tagliatelle. It's already loaded with the actual water required, which is 1650 grams, and that's already in position there. And my slotted spatula. Now the diagram is very important to make sure that the spatula is positioned in the right direction, and it's number 1 hook and facing outwards, so that's correct, and that's confirmed. And finally, my mesh basket, which will be taking the tagliatelle out of the water and mix it into the main pot with the sauce. And that's in position, facing the right way. Perfect. And I can confirm. And that's it. A simple few minutes to prepare, the ingredients, and now this recipe is ready to be cooked. Exactly the same way as a chef would be cooking this recipe in the restaurant, for example. So let's start cooking. So the indicator here tells me exactly how long the recipe is going to be, which is a 22-minute recipe, and we're going to start cooking that now.
Sweet.
So the robotic system, not only does it do all the cooking, but it also activates and changes temperature on the induction hob as well. So it does the full cooking process. So here the oil is going in, the pot's already on, and it will wait for the oil to warm up, and then it will start adding in the ingredients. Now today we're on Instagram and YouTube, so please do if you have any questions, we've got a live chat on both channels, so please do send in your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them as best as possible. But if there's anything more technical or anything to do with the commercial department, then send them through, and we'll get the relevant team member to get in touch with you to answer any of your queries. You can actually go onto our website on our Contact Us page and send in any requests or any information, and any questions you have, please do get in contact. Salibe, both hi, nice, welcome to the channel, welcome to the cooking show. So here now the mushrooms will be going in, the dried mushrooms and the shiitake mushrooms, together with the black pepper that's already been mixed in there. And that's going to be the first part of the process there. So let's see if there's any questions so far. Messaging from the Origin YT. Hey, I have seen this robot cooking. It has done a fantastic job. Really impressive. Thank you very much, the Origin YT. So you notice actual stirring and everything is exactly the same way as the chef would be cooking this, making sure that everything's stirred efficiently in all different directions, all different manipulations. And it waits for it to warm up, cook, and then it will carry on stirring again. So now really there's nothing for me to do. I can actually walk away, carry on. It's time saving. So I could be finishing clearing up the rest of the kitchen, or if I'm with friends or family, I can spend some more quality time with family members and friends, whilst my robotics system is cooking me the whole meal from scratch. Welcome, Joanne Lafrishta on Instagram. Welcome. Now, part of our recipes, we do many other recipes. We have about 50 recipes from around the world. And as I mentioned before, they're different cuisines from different countries. And we do lots of worldwide cuisines from around the globe, including Spain's paella, Thailand's tom yum soup, India's lamb keema and butter chicken, dal makhani, chana masala, and also a vegetarian collection, tasty plant-based dishes as well. We have a really good vegan collection, creative and flavorful recipes free from animal products, and also low-calorie recipes, meals that are under 400 calories, including vegetarian, vegan, meat, and several fish options as well. Got a question in on YouTube from the Origin YT. Is this a demo of a new model, or is this just for showcase? And how does cooking work? How does a robot know where to grab the stuff from? So let me answer your questions as best as possible. So this is the demo of our new model, and it's not just for the showcase. It's actually ready for the market. So we are CE marked for the UK, whole of Europe, and this is also available ex-works to the US and the Far East. So, which means ex-works meaning you'll just be responsible for the shipping and the air freight. But we can supply you with all the relevant documentation for that. And so no, this is ready for the market. And this, as you can see behind me, we've got some residential models. So this is ready for the residential market. And how does the cooking work, and how does a robot know where to grab the stuff from? So All the movements are already programmed. All the algorithms are loaded by the engineers. So all the movements are programmed movements. And that's how it knows how to grab all the stuff. So we had another question in, is this developer for mainly private use? So this is mainly for residential and commercial use, actually. So as I mentioned, the models behind me are just residential kitchens that we've got in our showroom here in Wigmore Street. And this is the XAir model, which is a back-to-wall system. So we provide all the furniture and the whole system here, as you see. Just to my right behind me is the B-Air model, which is the back-to-wall system. So if you've got a long galley kitchen, we can do this against the wall, a back-to-wall version. The depth is slightly deeper than a standard kitchen. It's 750 millimeters, 75 centimeters depth from the wall. That gives enough space for the robotic arm to function and to have all the containers and the utensils. And then just behind me here, you can see our standalone system, which is our chef's table. Now, this is a great little system, enables you to have the robotic system integrated in your existing kitchen. So you only need a bit of a space of about 1.2 by 1.2 meters square, and you can integrate the chef's table in your existing kitchen. Or we can integrate the chef's table into a new kitchen and also create maybe an island feature as well. So we can actually have the chef's table in the center of your kitchen if you've got an open plan design, and have that located on the island. So like with all new products, we will always looking to develop. We've had a question in, is there a plan to develop further, so no cleaning, slicing, scaling is needed up front? At the end of the day, this is our first model. The new models could integrate things like that, but that's probably for the future. But at the moment, this is purely a cooking system, so you have to manually prepare the ingredients, and also cleaning side of it, there's actually not much cleaning involved because everything here is dishwashable. The pans, the induction pans made by Rafoni are dishwasher safe. The utensils are all dishwasher safe. And also containers are dishwasher safe. There's not much cleaning apart from maybe just a wipe down with a fiber cloth of the hob after the recipe's been cooked, and maybe a wipe down with a damp cloth of the robotic arm itself. Welcome Toad on YouTube. Hi Toad. Another question in from the Origin YT. Tinkerer, like me, would pretty much enjoy an interface to program in custom recipes. Would be really cool, and it may even be used as a cocktail shaker as well. Yeah, that's a great idea. We have done a few tests for this unit to dispense drinks as well, but again, future models we can also integrate systems like that. And in terms of custom recipes, we can actually put your own recipes in the system. So you can add a traditional family recipe or a favorite recipe of yours. You simply send us the details. Our in-house chef, James Taylor, will look at the recipes in accordance with the actual robotic system as well, and the sort of movements and the manipulations and the parameters. And he will give all the information to our engineers. And within a few hours, you can have your recipe uploaded into the recipe library, either to be shared with yourself, or it can actually be shared around the world as well. Malukajuna says hi. Hi, Malukajuna. Okay, so we've got quite a few questions on Instagram, so I'm going to try and get through them fairly rapidly. So Joanna Freacher, hi. LAYA, did I miss the answer to my question? Let me see, what was your question? Ben Talabot, what's the point? Well, the point is this is actually time saving. You're getting consistent recipes. You're getting high quality recipes. But not only that, we're really focusing on healthy cuisine as well. Cooking fresh like this from home against meals from takeaways and restaurants, it's a massive difference. You've got 30% more protein, 50% less saturated fat, and a lot healthier. And I'll come back to that shortly, and I'll tell you exactly what research we've looked at that's proven those particular statistics, and I'll explain that later on. I'm just going to go for the questions, and I'll come back onto the health side. So, Elayeye, what's your target group? Target group is a mixed bag of market groups. So we've got disabled, we've got young, we've got high net clients who are just busy, who are traveling and don't get time to cook. And so, yeah, the actual type of clientele and the target audience is varied. Elayeye, is there plan to develop further? So no cleaning, scaling. I think I might answer that question. Another question from Elayeye, do you have information about how much energy is used? Yes, I do. So basically, a typical hour of operation with our AI controller uses approximately 120 watts of energy. So that's the same as like a fridge or a desktop computer, for example. Another question in from Moley. You're very active today. Thank you very much. It's good to see your questions coming in. That's what I thought too. Custom orders. Thank you. I guess most people in Germany still cook themselves with fresh ingredients. There's a low number who use delivery on a regular basis. Okay, that's good to know. So let's go back to YouTube. Let's see what questions we have. Moley, could you know what our software used in this shadow? What the software is quite technical. I mean, that's the sort of stuff I would probably aim that towards my engineers and my technical department. But send that question through into our website, through our contact us page, and I'll get one of the team members to give you a bit more information in regards to the software. Okay, so I think I've answered the majority of the questions that have just come through on our live YouTube and Instagram pages, which is great. So yeah, going back to the health side. Now, we've got a lot of our health facts from reputable sources, in particular the Global Food Research Program. And there's one particular research done by the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. And with their studies, they've concluded that eating regularly like this, using fresh ingredients, can actually lower cancer by about 6%. It can reduce diabetes by about 48%, and kidney diseases by about 61%. And also areas like obesity and being overweight and cardiovascular and cerebrovascular, even depression and hypertension, if you've got any sort of like heart issues, between 11 and 50, there's a reduction of about between 11 and 50% of all these different types of areas of health issues that people have. So that's a major factor in having a system like this that can cook fresh meals. And also they conclude that it can actually add the longevity of your life by about 10 to 11 years of your lifespan. So, you know, cooking like this, who would not want a system that could add to the quality of their life and potentially add longevity as well? Let's see if there's any further questions. Question from Elayeye. Well, the big question, how much? Thank you very much. That is a very big question. So our system starts from around about £80,000 GBP, which is a standalone chef's table system, and it can go to anywhere up around £100,000 depending on the architecture of your kitchen. So depend on how many units, how many appliances, what kind of work surface, because we do all the different types of finishes. Now our AI system and state-of-the-art technology is partnered with some of the well-known, renowned Italian designers and furniture manufacturers, by the likes of Minotti, for example. And we can do veneered panels, high-gloss lacquered panels, different textured panels, our concealed systems, the Blum mechanisms on the wall units can be servo drive, so the mechanically opening wall units. We have Blum mechanisms, we have Salice concealed hinges. There's a unit just behind me, just on the left, on the right, sorry. The metallic blue, that's the metallic sky blue finish they have with Ferrari. The actual unit, again, like I said, we partner with some of the really well-known Italian designers and manufacturers. So we partner with one of the designers who actually designs for Bonetti Yachts, the luxury yacht company. And they use marine plywood as a material on all the yachts because it's obviously moisture resistant and very durable. So we actually use the same material, the same plywood material on that blue kitchen you see behind me, not only just on the fascia, but the whole carcass combined with the Salice hinges and the drawer mechanisms. It's a super premium kitchen. And but the price, 80 to 100,000, is in the same ballpark figure as a normal premium kitchen in London. So if you were to go into London, especially on Wigmore Street, where it's the home of the kitchen industry, the average price of a luxury kitchen, premium end kitchen, using really nice surface materials, Moley or Siemens concealed integrated appliances, can vary between 80 to 150,000 pounds for a premium kitchen. Whereas what we've managed to do is to include the robotic system within the same price as a premium kitchen. So you're getting good value for money. So another question in from Elele. What about if anything needs to be cooked and then baked? Yes, that's a very good question. So that kitchen behind me, just further down, is also available. The system's also available to use the oven. So we can actually have oven recipes. We are beta testing some oven recipes at the moment, and we hope to have them loaded into the recipe library very soon. But we can use the oven as well. The robotic system will not only open the door, take the shelf out, load the pan or pot into the shelf, close it, close the door, and activate the controls to cook whatever recipe you're cooking. Chocolate brownies, for example, sear your meat and finish cooking the meat in the oven, for example. There's loads of recipes that are about to be added onto our library using the oven. So stay tuned and keep an eye on our website for announcements on any new models. Let's have a look on Instagram, see if there's any further questions on Instagram. Malakajana, another question, is that reliable? I'm sure you're probably thinking about, is the system reliable? Just to let you know, the actual robotic arm is industrial level, is tested for 35,000 hours. So in normal residential use, regular use, daily use, that's about 10 years of using the robotic arm without no maintenance, zero maintenance required, unless there's an issue, but it's been tested for 35,000 hours. So it's very robust and very, very mechanically sound to use. In fact, the arm is already used in about 90,000 different applications around the world, in laboratories, different types of engineering industries, companies, other types of industries that require the robotic arm. So it's already used in 90,000 different applications around the world. So we have local partners in every single country that can address any issues in relation to the robotics. So we have full support around the world. Lele, you've got a question in at particular Joanna Fraser. I think it's in your own language, so I'm not going to be able to answer that question, but I'm sure you're having a conversation with them, so I'll leave you to that. But you've got the indication of the price anyway. So whilst I've been answering all the questions, you've probably been watching the whole recipe being cooked, and you can see how it scrapes like the chef, it taps like the chef, it taps the containers, making sure it releases as much of the ingredients as possible, and you've seen exactly how the basket is used cooking the fresh pasta. Now, the reason why it's energy efficient, only uses about 120 watts of energy, is because it only used the actual water when it wanted to, so it turned it on when it was required, and turned it off straight away when it's finished. So, and your you're not wasting unnecessary energy. We're actually utilizing and making the whole system very efficient. Lele doesn't speak English, was asking for the price. Okay, yeah, you're right on your earlier message. You're saying 80 to 120K. That is the actual price. That's the GBP price. So hopefully that's clarified the cost information on that. So there you go. The recipe's done. So whilst I was answering all those questions, the recipe was being cooked. For example, I could have been doing something else. I could have been working from home. I could have been entertaining with my friends. I could have been with my family, my children, doing the homework. You can see how this releases a lot of time, and you don't have to worry about other things whilst this is cooking your meal. So I'm going to do a taste test. I'm going to actually taste exactly the finished result and give you guys and show you guys the finished the recipe. So let's grab that. Right, this looks great. So let's grab the spatula and I'll take some of this out. Oh, well, everything's mixed in there perfectly. Just going to take some of the mushrooms and the sausage out so you can see how well it's been mixed. There we go. So here you go, guys, finished result. Look at that. I haven't touched a single thing in the pot. I didn't do any extra mixing or anything. It's mixed everything for me thoroughly. This is exactly what you get in a restaurant. Exactly the same sort of presentation. Everything mixed perfectly. Pasta's already done and sausage is done nicely. I'm going to taste a little bit now. Perfect. Absolutely brilliant. Tastes so good. I'll finish that later on. So, just to thank you all for joining me today. Thanks on everybody on YouTube. Thank you everybody on Instagram. So, if there is any further questions, just jump onto our website, go to our contact us page, send in your questions, any queries. If you've got information on, any projects that you're doing, please send in any plans or information on what you require, even recipes, for example, and we'll be happy to answer your question. And one of the team members will get back to you and we can start maybe a virtual meeting. But if you can visit our showroom here in London, our showroom here, number 16A Wigmore Street, Central London, parallel to Oxford Street. And we're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And all throughout the whole day, we're doing cooking demos. So if you want to schedule in a cooking demo and a meeting, get in touch with us. We'll invite you to the showroom, sit down and have a look at what your particular requests are, and actually cook something for you so you can see how the system works from the actual recipe, preparation, and the finished product. So, yeah, thank you very much. So I'd just like to say thanks to everybody. Thank you for joining. And hopefully see you in 2 weeks' time and have a lovely weekend. Goodbye.